Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so the Laker game is going to be starting up soon, so I'm going to be talking about Laker stuff, and I just wanted to get some other things off of my mind so my energy could be right for the Laker game. Of course, everything that's going on in real life right now, for me is fine. I got a couple things I got going on, but it just gives you an understanding that you need to apply faith. That's it. When I watch people going through what they're going through in Gaza right now, I just gain strength from the understanding that look at what real applied faith and constant prayer and meditation can provide you. And the things that they're going through, I don't know that I could survive or keep my freedom or keep from turning into a demon myself for going through. And a lot of these people just continue to pray to God, and it's because they say prayers all day long. Their conversation, it seems, when they speak is of God and how they speak to God and how to receive God's blessings upon their lives. We don't talk like that in our culture. We got to train ourselves and discipline ourselves to be that intent on thinking of a higher power. But once you see them go through stuff that you know you can't survive, you understand what gives them the strength to do it. And so that's why I speak of meditation and talk about prayer and all of that, because I'm seeing what prayer is doing for them during their darkest hour. I saw what prayer did for me in my darkest hours as well. My mother was diagnosed with cancer, and I had to work a job that was a graveyard shift. Every night between 7 and 9:15, I would pray. I would turn off my lights. I had my little routine where I jog in the daytime, eat at a certain hour, watch a Laker game or whatever it would be, or save the Laker game for the morning, if whatever the case may be. But I would literally meditate and meditate prayer every night, and it got me through those circumstances. They made it so that I was able to work through that. Throughout the course of my mother's sickness, throughout the course of everything she had going on, my body was able to stay up all night and work for like 2 years straight. And it was prayer that I did that every single night. Every single night. I was very consistent. And just applied faith. Seeing that the Lord has gotten me through these circumstances, it's been applied faith, believing that a higher power was going to take care of certain things, get me through certain things. It's gotten me this far in this situation. So faith is what I can speak on, and I see that in their world over there, with what it is that they're dealing with, it's what ultimately is allowing them to have the strength to persevere all of it. So that's what I'm thinking. Someone posed a question online on Instagram. Now, how do you stop Israel? I don't think that the answer, unfortunately, is to occupy their land and start bombing innocent people there. I definitely do not think that works. Or attacking their army and trying to blow them up. All that's going to start as an international war, sending countries out to World War III, which is what they ultimately know they can use over the world's head, which is why they're still doing this, because they think the world is too afraid to attack them for doing it. And judging by what I'm seeing, it is. It's not necessarily a solution. It's going to cause more lives. The problem is, I thought we were a world that protected babies. Should we not be willing to risk our lives to do that? But apparently, nah. So that's not something that the world's going to be open to doing, apparently. And given the fact that we, the U.S., are backing Israel, nobody wants to fight our army because they know we got everything to kill everybody. That's the problem. So nobody wants to fight us. It's bad for lives and it's bad for business. So the key to all of this is the words I just said. Bad for business. In my humble opinion, the only way to really slow down Israel and what they're doing is to attack the money. You gotta boycott them. You gotta not only boycott them, but you gotta boycott the companies that do business with them. You gotta boycott the companies that do business with the companies that do business with them. You gotta boycott the whole damn system surrounding them, so that everyone will back away from them, because it'll be too bad to do so. And the world has started to do that. I've been seeing a lot of companies that do business with Israel. They're being boycotted. Their stocks are going down. That's how you do it, man. The problem is it going to stop them in time from killing everybody else? No. Do they care enough about their business to keep this from happening? No. Why? Because they're saying it's driven by some religious idea. They're doing this because they think that by way of the book that they are supposed to have the land. So they don't really care about business or capitalism or nothing. This is a holy war that they're waging on these children. So I firmly believe that the only way to really stop these guys is by way of the money, though. It's by way of the money, man. You gotta do business with others who are not doing business with them. And as you bankrupt everything around them, then people will understand that doing business with them is bad, and basically you bankrupt them. You gotta bankrupt the country. You gotta find out various different companies that they do business with, or various different companies that keep them upright as a country, and attack those companies by way of their dollars, one way or another. You know what I mean? That's how it ultimately gets done. Then when they have other things to worry about than dropping bombs on the heads of babies, they will have to turn their attention and their funds to doing so. But because they have so much in their back pocket, their money's very long. That's obvious. You could see that by way of the celebrities that are being quiet, that these guys are nestled in the right places to not only affect the U.S.'s money, but likely the whole world's money. They probably have people in place that are in control of everyone's money. So it's going to take an act of God, but it's also going to take the people, the pressure of the people, to continue to make it bad for business to do business with Israel. And as I said yesterday, the various different things that they have control over that kept them in position to have everyone's mind warped is now lost. It's lost its credibility. Their media sites have lost their credibility. They all look like a bunch of joke to everybody. We can clearly see which ones are owned by them because they've compromised all of them in such a way that makes it so very damn obvious. So that part makes it so that what keeps them as strong as they are isn't as strong as it used to be. So it's more likely you'll be able to get in and bankrupt certain things around them because of that. So it's like they're already bad for business. You can already see certain countries backing away from them. You can already see certain leaders backing away from them. Unfortunately, as I said, the time is of the essence if you're thinking about saving lives. Now, if you want to just get back at them for what they're about to do, that's one thing. But as far as stopping them from doing it, I don't know that you can. Because they clearly we're watching them, clearly we're condemning it and shaming them, and clearly they continuing to press the button every single night. So I don't know that there is a solution other than attacking their forces. And like I said, nobody seems to be willing. And you can blame Joe Biden for that, because if Joe Biden backed up, or if Joe Biden had the decency of a humanity to attack them themselves, we could stop them ourselves, and we know that. And that's the part that's really tough, is knowing that our country is the only thing that could really save those kids, and we're the ones trying to kill them. So that's just what it is, man. If America was a decent country, with a decent leadership group or a decent structure to how it's connected, so that we didn't have this type of a friend in the first place, we could very easily stop all kinds of stuff like this around the globe. Problem is, we benefit from stuff like this around the globe. We are the driving force behind a lot of this stuff, and that's what's become so clear to me. Most of the different things like this that happen because we're either not policing those people or funding it ourselves. America is the evil in the world. This is what this is proving to me. And they have to keep us warped in our little cultures of confusion and all of this nonsense that we are usually up to keep us from actually paying attention to the evil that we've always done, to keep ourselves in superpowers, as a superpower or the superpower of the world. This is how we stay the superpower of the world. We let people die and we benefit from it. That's it. That's what this is proving. This is proving that. And it's like I always say, man, there's something called dry snitching. Dry snitching is when you don't tell people what's going on, but by way of your silence or by way of how you move around the situation, you are telling everybody what's going on. That's what's happening here. Celebrities being quiet is showing me exactly who's in their back pocket. These sports companies and all these different corporations saying Israel first, even though it's clear to the public. It's clear to them that the public is viewing something that Israel is doing that's traumatizing all of us, but they're not condemning it. That shows me where Israel is nestled. They're showing me where you're at because they're dry snitching on you. So it's like, that's what it is. You gotta boycott everything they're involved in. Anything that's being silent needs to be boycotted. Anybody that's not showing support for the circumstance at hand, which is the ending this war on these children, that's who needs to be boycotted. All of these celebrities that are speaking up saying, well, what about the terrorists? That's what, companies, and like I said, that's how you do it. You got to attack not only what Israel's attached to by way of the finances, but you also have to make it so that it's such bad business to support them. You know what I mean? And then you will understand what all they are involved in and what all they are in control of. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. They're in control of a lot. They are a superpower with a small amount of land, and they're trying to expand their land. What question I have about that is, if they had so much damn money, how come they haven't been able to expand their land? Why don't they own the whole country? Why do they only have that little piece of land if they have so much power? That part, no one's going to be able to answer that for me. Why weren't they able to just take over that land without all this? Likely because they aren't actually the driving force behind what it is that they're doing. They may be believing in what it is that they're doing, but somebody has a bigger hand up their backside, so to speak, as a puppeteer. And I have belief that that's either us or another faction of what white supremacy actually is. British, something like that. That's my thing. Theory. I just don't think that they have all the power that they think they have. They may believe they have that power, but if someone wants to remove them from that power, they will find out they don't have it. They'll be removed. One by freaking one. And that's why I know that in all of this, it's not necessarily what it seems. You got to have the support of the surrounding Arab countries to be able to do what it is they're doing. And a lot of those people are silent too. Got to bankrupt them. Find out who's doing business with some of these silent countries around this situation, and do to them what it is you can't do to Israel. Then Israel's friends aren't as strong, and then you can get them. That's what needs to happen. But it takes forever, and they know that. So that's how you do it, man. You just gotta bankrupt people, man. You gotta. The people are what drives business in this world. What we decide to pay our money into keeps these people in positions to pay into the crap that they're buying. That's it. If we're not paying into them, they don't have it. They don't have it. That's what it really comes down to. So that's what it is. People need to become very, very aware of who owns what, and then make them feel it in their pockets. And it's sad that we have to unearth everything that we're comfortable with, because likely it's everything that we're comfortable with that we have to basically boycott from here on out. Everything that entertains us, any type of junk food, likely all the stuff that we desperately want but desperately shouldn't have, because most of that stuff is here for the worsening of us, as we can clearly see what it funds is basically baby killing. So we should clearly see that a lot of the stuff that we love doesn't love us, because if it did, you would see the connection between it and good things as opposed to connection between it and baby killing. So like this is what it is, man. A lot of stuff I keep telling people, man, what's on the idiot box, they control that. What's in your eardrums, they control that. The fast food and the nasty stuff that's going in your body that tastes good but meant to kill you between, the ages of 0 and 70, they control that. Everything that's really the deterioration of your mind, body, and soul, they control that. And those are the people that are being silent. Your Frito-Lays and all these different companies that you guys love so very much that ultimately puts poison in your body, that's what they have. That's what evil is, and they are evil, so clearly see. Like some of this stuff is just coming, it all links together. Once you start really looking at it, it does boil down to good and evil. It really does. And anything that's meant to destroy you, they likely have control over. Anything that's meant to warp your mind and keep you in a space of sin, they likely have control over. Anything that's meant to make you feel like you need to separate from others and various different things all over the world, they likely have control. They are nestled where you otherwise need them not to be but don't know it. That's what it is. Things are not as complicated as people think, man. It's good and evil. And evil is evil is evil. So if you can see where the hub of evil is by way of all of who's being quiet in the circumstance, there it is. I mean, it's not hard for my mind to see for some reason. Everybody who's being quiet is dry snitching. All of the various different people that are not speaking up or putting Israel first and then making it seem like Palestine or whatever, they're dry snitching. Yeah, Israel, we on your ass. Because at the end of the day, even though you got your own people warped into thinking that they're being protected by this nonsense, the rest of the world is not confused by that. I'm not confused by that. And so that's just what it is. And it's going to take some real Israeli people who are in this space to come out and not just dry snitch, but flat out tell the truth about what's going on. See the wool come out from over your eyes and start giving up the secrets that ultimately keeps them in position to continue to rig the world with the evil that they do. That's what needs to happen. It's the same thing we say about any type of movement in regards to black people in this country. It takes the support of white people turning on others who are doing wrong in order for us to get to what we need. It always takes people who benefit or people who are inside coming out and saying, yo, I don't vibe with this, and I'm willing to put my life on the line to keep this from happening. That's what needs to happen. People on the inside defecting. And apparently, we're not seeing a whole lot of that. And we see why, too. Because if they're evil enough to kill babies in the night and wipe away innocent people's entire families by the boatload, then obviously they'll do anything to the people that ultimately they have by the balls and support them. So it's fear that keeps people quiet. Because if they do this to your babies, if they're their babies, what the hell they do to yours? But it's faith that overcomes that fear. Faith. Good prevails. People just have to believe in good to give it a chance. That's all it is. It's good versus evil, man. That's it. I don't know if these are end of days, but that is the hub of evil. It's clear to me that's the hub. And what surrounds it is just kind of like, kind of around, not necessarily the hub of evil. Now, they want you to think that Islam's the hub of evil or some other stuff is the hub of evil. Well, no, it's really this conglomerate. Whatever that little hub is right there that's keeping all of this quiet. When you see thousands of babies dying and people ain't talking, yeah, that's the hub. That's where it is right there. That's where the crux of all the worst stuff in the world actually is. That's the heart of the evil right there. Because what else would keep people quiet? Let's just be honest. Have we ever seen anything of this level being done where people act like they don't see it in spaces where they know people are watching? I've never seen that in the history of the world. Till now. That's the heart of the devil right there. BDF 44. I thank you all for watching.